Minecraft 1.20 is weird. Sniffers used to dig up beds, picks were used as leaves, and you could craft a string pickaxe? Here's 29 things you didn't know about 1.20. Archaeology made a grand return in 1.20 that brought us new items like pottery sherds. These pottery sherds can be found in suspicious sand or gravel within their respective structures. They are also used for crafting, as you can use pottery sherds to craft decorated pots. What's interesting is that these decorated pots have a total of 194,481 different crafting combinations. There are many items that can be found in suspicious sand or gravel. Now, when brushing away at a sus block, it slowly gets revealed, so it takes a while for you to know which item you're going to get. But when the suspicious blocks were first being developed in 1.20, they would appear transparent when they were brushed, which really spoiled the surprise. Although I can't lie, it's pretty disappointing to slowly brush away at a sus block only to get some string. I mean, what's the point? The new smithing template items are rather interesting, as they were originally called smithing blueprints in the 1.20 prototype. However, Mojang decided to rename the item as they thought the word blueprint sounded too technical and modern for Minecraft. Have you ever tried to ride a horse through shallow water? Well, my advice is don't, because it is a nightmare. Instead, try using a camel. Why? Well, because of the camel's height, they are able to go through water up to 2 blocks tall, making camels a lot more effective to get across water. If only camels weren't so slow! Do you like crafting items in unique ways? If you do, then the new chisel bookshelf is the perfect block for you. This is because there is 2,357,947,691 different possible crafting combinations for the chiseled bookshelf. I'm not sure how I said all that in one go, but I need a drink after that. Now, the reason the chiseled bookshelf can have so many crafting combinations is due to the fact that each slot in the crafting grid can contain planks or slabs using all the different wood types. When bamboo blocks were first introduced in the 1.20 snapshots, the top of its texture was originally yellow. With the rest of the block being green, it's no surprise the bamboo block stood out as looking absolutely terrible. And with the Minecraft community complaining about it 50 million times, Mojang changed it to green. We are all familiar with the Minecraft logo. It's pretty iconic. Actually, scratch that, it's extremely iconic. But what if I told you the logo has actually been changed in 1.20? That's right, the Minecraft icon was updated to have a creeper face and be 2D instead of being a 3D dirt block. The original dirt block will always be my favourite. The creeper face just isn't it, man. This isn't a regular Minecraft book. In fact, it's not even a book at all, it's actually a leather cap. By using the new armor trim feature in 1.20, you're able to make a realistic book for decoration. Now that is certainly a real page turner. Please don't click off, I know that was cringe, I'm sorry. The newest objective of Minecraft is to collect every possible armor trim in 1.20. There are 16 different armor trims that can be found from a variety of structures, but there is one armor trim that is unique as it can only be obtained from a mob and not a chest. Now the armor trim I'm talking about is the Tide armor trim, which has a 20% chance to drop from an Elder Guardian when killed. But does this make the Tide armor trim the rarest armor trim to find? Well, the answer is no, as the rarest armor trim is the Silence armor trim, which only has a 1.4% chance of spawning inside of an ancient city chest. So not only is this trim rare to get, it's also extremely dangerous. Watch out for the warden. Discovering trail ruins is fun and great for loot, but it's also a good way to obtain certain blocks that weren't previously obtainable without crafting. Now, the blocks I'm talking about are concrete and mud bricks, as they generate as part of the trail ruin structure. This will be helpful as prior to 1.20, these blocks could only be gathered through crafting and using water. In one of the rooms of the trail ruin structure, there are 2 coal blocks with brick stairs. Now, to many, this room probably looks like nothing, but it's actually a direct reference to the archaeology footage that was shown at Minecraft Live in 2020. Earlier in the video, I mentioned you dig up suspicious sand and gravel with the new brush tool. But what if I told you the brush didn't always look like this? So back in Minecraft Live 2020, the original brush texture used a copper handle which would slowly oxidize. This meant there were 2 variants of the brush tool when it was first being developed. During the prototype for Minecraft 1.20, when sniffers would dig up items for the player, they wouldn't dig up seeds. Instead, sniffers would actually dig up beds from the ground as a placeholder. placeholder. What I want to know is, who buried their bed in the ground in the first place? I much prefer sleeping on mine, so Sniffers, stay away. Did you think the Sniffers digging animation looks familiar? Well, that's because the animation was actually inspired by how corgi dogs spread their legs when they lie down. So now, whenever you see a corgi in real life, you're just going to think of the Sniffer. I bet a corgi won't dig up a bed for you though. Seriously, why was that a placeholder, man? Dandelion flowers have always been yellow, but in the development phase for 1.20, they were also pink. This is because the dandelion flowers were used as a placeholder for the pink petals that generate in the cherry grove biome. And in order for the dandelion to blend in, they had to be pink. With that said, I much prefer the pink petals we have now. Another odd placeholder in the early days of 1.20 was Mojang's decision to use the pig texture as leaves for the cherry blossom trees. Could you imagine wandering around a cherry grove biome and just seeing all the tree leaves as pig faces? Yeah, I can't lie, I'd be pretty creeped out. What is the tallest passive mob in Minecraft? Well, as of 1.20, it's now the camel. That's right, camels are 2.375 blocks tall, and due to their height they can walk over fences and walls. They're also so tall that players are invulnerable to nearly every hostile mob when they're riding it. Camels have also set a world record as they're the only passive mob that is greater than 2 blocks tall in Minecraft. For the last 10 years, desert wells were always considered a pointless structure with no real purpose. I mean, you'd stumble across one, find nothing but a drop of water, and move on. But that all changed in 1.20, as you can now find suspicious sand blocks in desert wells. Wait, you mean there's actually a reason to seek out a desert well now? I love it! The original crafting recipe for the new brush tool in 1.20 might be the strangest crafting decision Mojang has ever made. So the brush is currently crafted with 1 feather, 1 copper ingot, and 1 stick. A fairly normal recipe. But in the snapshots for 1.20, the brush was crafted with 2 sticks and 3 string, but in the shape of a pickaxe. I mean, what is this? Yeah, I'm sure it'd be very easy to brush away a piece of suspicious gravel with some string. I mean, that makes sense. To be fair, a lot of things in Minecraft don't make sense. Comment if I should make a video on it. Pottery shards were originally called ceramic shards, but Mojang realised that the terminology was incorrect, as a shard describes things like broken glass and not ancient pottery. Back in the earlier days of Minecraft, in Minecraft Live 2020, the textures for pottery shards were very different. These shard textures were much more vibrant and colourful, and also used much different designs. The shard textures depicted what looks to be a cave entrance, Alex, a vindicator, a skeleton, a tree, and a cow. Pottery shards weren't the only texture that was different, as the decorated pots had a completely different shape. These pots were wider and came in 2 variants, a clay pot and a painted clay pot. The clay pot would also share the same texture as the clay block before the pottery shards were added to the pot. This was part of a gameplay mechanic the archaeology update was originally supposed to have. Placing leaves in desert biomes has always been a bit disappointing. This is because placing leaves in desert prevents you from adding a splash of colour, as the leaf just gets dried out and brittle. However, in 1.20 you are able to place cherry leaves in desert biomes without its colour being altered. A cool fact about 1.20 is that Mojang released Trails and Tales exactly 1 year after the 1.19 Wild update. What's even cooler is that 1.20 was released exactly 6 years after the 1.12 World of Colour update. Either Mojang did this on purpose, or it's a really strange coincidence. The Trail Ruin structure allows you to find loads of different items through suspicious gravel, but how many items are there in total? This ancient structure allows you to find 42 possible items ranging from great to absolutely terrible. I mean, you can find the new pottery shards, emeralds, or even the rare music disc, but you can also find a yellow glass pane. I mean, what even is this? In 1.20, the Minecraft title screen logo has been updated to look more HD. The old logo will always be more iconic, but the new one is definitely more modern. This also means the iconic Minceraft Easter egg logo has also been changed. It hasn't been removed or anything, but it has been updated to look more HD, which could mean it will be a bit easier to find. Then again, it's still a 1 in 10,000 chance to find the Minceraft logo, so good luck with that. When using the /kill command, it would always say the player fell out of the world, which didn't make a lot of sense. However, in 1.20, this was changed, as when you use the /kill command now, it says the player player was killed. Want to know the differences between Java and Bedrock? Well, you can do so by watching the video right here.